look ahead and always anticipate and look to the future and what's to come. When we're talking about, the technology that's up and coming that we can only even dream about, but NASA's probably already working on it. What are some of those really exciting endeavors?
Well, there are quite a few. And as the chief technologist here in Huntsville at the Marshall Space Flight Center, I had the good fortune of being a part of investing in those and working with the engineers that are developing them. Better life support systems. Right now, we're very, very good at recycling water. On the space station, the astronauts joke that today's coffee is yesterday's coffee, and I don't want to go into any more details about that. But we're not very good at recycling oxygen. It's less than 50% recovery, so we always have to take that. That keeps that supply link with Earth being required. What we want is more efficient recycling of the oxygen that the astronauts are using so that they too can have tomorrow's air be yesterday's air, okay? That's a technology that's up and coming. Perhaps with biotech, there are ways that we can make that happen as opposed to just chemistry, which is what we're working now. My area of expertise is advanced propulsion. Right now, we use chemical rockets. There's only so much energy you can get out of chemistry. Once we have a space nuclear reactor and something called a nuclear thermal rocket, it essentially doubles your fuel efficiency, doubles your miles per gallon for all the fuel that you need, which will make Mars that much easier to get to because you'll be able to go there and not use all the fuel you would have used. That technology is advancing, as is something called electric propulsion, using electromagnetic fields for propellant. We've done it with robotic spacecraft. We're looking at doing it with spacecraft with crew. So tomorrow is looking really exciting, and it's not as far away as it used to be.
And I did want to share with you and our viewers a social media post that NASA just sent out saying clocking in, Moonjoy is in full swing as the Artemis II crew begins 7 hours of lunar observation. Crew members will photograph both the near and far sides of the moon and describe what they see. And we were hearing that live thanks to NASA, the dialogue as the astronauts are relaying exactly what they are observing. And Les, you were talking about just the importance, the vital aspect that human perspective has here. I can't even imagine, and it's really hard to find the words even of how incredible it is that these 4 astronauts right now are having this very unique perspective.
Well, I think part of the perspective is one that was a milestone that was achieved not long ago, in that they've gone farther into deep space than we've ever sent people before. And that's really humbling. Because if you think about all the people who've ever lived and ever died on planet Earth, these are the 4 people who have traveled farthest from that home. And when you put it in that context, it to me is not just an intellectual feat, but it's an emotional one. I almost got teary-eyed myself, right, just saying that, because this is huge. And I don't think we want to take it as like, if you're a biblical person, a Tower of Babel moment to say how great we are as a species. I think I'd prefer to say it's our job to take this thing we call life here on Earth and take it farther and farther into space, because life is good and it's worth preserving and spreading. We don't want to contaminate a world where there might be other life, but the universe is mostly dead. And what a great thing it'll be when we set further and further distance records and we take human life and life from Earth to those places. So I'm a visionary, probably born about 100 years too soon. I wanted to be out there with the captains of the Enterprise doing strange new worlds around other stars, but by golly, I'll settle for the moon right now and hopefully see Mars in my lifetime.
Yeah, and absolutely. And hey, Les, you've written a couple of books, and you know what? Future generations can read your words, and in a way, you'll be living in the future along with all of this and everyone there. Les, we are going to just step away just for a brief moment, but we're going to continue to check in with you as we are awaiting the lunar flyby. We are just a few hours away from that. Absolutely incredible history in the making. So for our viewers, we are going to just step away, but continue after that. as we continue our coverage of the upcoming lunar flyby by the Artemis II crew, we love to have interaction with our viewers. And we do have a poll that we wanted to share with you so you can vote in real time. The question that we're posing right now is, what is your favorite part of the Artemis II mission? We do have a QR code on the upper right-hand side of your screen. You can just take out your cell phone. You can open up your camera, and it will take you to that poll. We have three options for you. We have the launch, we have the lunar flyby, and we have the splashdown. The launch has already happened. We are hours away from the lunar flyby, and then splashdown is going to come in just a number of days right there. So we're going to keep this on your screen to allow you the opportunity to vote as we continue to witness just the incredible history in the making with the Artemis II crew now having gone further into space than anyone ever. We saw the launch happen. It was absolutely spectacular. We're just a little bit away from the lunar flyby, and there is going to be a blackout period, meaning the crew will not be able to communicate with mission control on Earth. That's going to be lasting around 40 minutes or so, but we are going to have never seen before footage of the moon, the far side of the moon, and happening right now. The crew is taking photos. They are observing, they're communicating their observations to mission control back on Earth. The very first time these views of the moon have ever been seen and shared. And then, of course, the splashdown, which is the final step, and then the relief, of course, of the crew returning home. Right now, we do see that just about 69% of you say the lunar flyby is what you are most excited about. That is going to happen in just a number of hours. We're going to be carrying extended live coverage right here on Live Now from Fox as we watch along with you and truly the world for this lunar flyby. So it does appear that hands down, and perhaps not surprisingly, as this is truly historic, that the lunar flyby is what you're most excited about as this mission. So we're just going to leave this up for a few more seconds. You can also head to our website to vote there as well, livenowfox.com/connect. But really, what an incredible 10 days that we saw the launch. Now we're anticipating the lunar flyby, and then the splashdown. So as we continue our live coverage, we're going to head back to NASA's coverage as they continue to communicate with the crew.
Help us tease out the differences in those dark mare deposits. Great description, Victor. Keep them coming.
Absolutely will do, and I know you've got descriptions on both of the window observers right now as well. Keep them coming.
We were just hearing a live exchange of
great evidence of how well trained this crew is by the science team. NASA astronaut and pilot of the Artemis II mission, Victor Glover, calling down a situation report, noting several different features on the moon and such descriptions, even saying that it looks like snow on some of the peaks. Obviously, we do not expect that to be snow, but referencing that as some of the lighting on how it looks to the Artemis II crew from their current position. The team is slated to be switching their positions at the windows now. Both Reed Wiseman and Jeremy Hansen have been at windows 2 and 3, one taking photos, one making observations and annotations on their portable computing device. At this time, we also anticipate that they are looking at a crater duo. One of those is Glushko, and the other is Ohm. The team is looking to know the extent of Glushko's ray system and how its rays differ in the Mare versus the Highlands. They also want the team to compare the ray systems of Glushko to Ohm. Ohm is considered a young crater. And if you've ever seen a photo